All right.
Lisa's my camera woman, so. And we got, this here is an International B tractor. It's got an extra axle on here and a woods mower. We patched it up. My dad bought it to mow grass around the place, and I still use it. My dad passed away, and anyhow, I tried to get somebody to use it, and they had trouble with the engine. They said it was shot. I cleaned it up, and it run fine. We've been using it for about 5 years after that person said it was shot. But we have trouble with the batteries on everything. And this is a 6-volt battery, and it's kind of hard to get to it. We got this case here, and to get that thing off of there and get that out of there, it's wedged in the gas tank, and it don't work. Oops, I forgot there's another one over here. So we got to take this apart. Since the battery's dead, it blowed a hole in it. And so we're going to see how many batteries we can fix right quick, being there. And what I usually do is I grab 3 wrenches. One's a 1/2 inch, and the other one's a 9/16, and if it still don't work, I carry adjustable for all the failures so I don't have to walk back being there. But after a while you kind of get onto the fact that there's a lot of stuff to work on. And yep, sure enough, the battery case has got 2 other bolts down here on the other side that I didn't see. And I don't know why they make it, but this is a 6-volt battery. It's got 3 cells, and it's reverse polarity, so basically the positive is grounded onto the frame, which makes it different. And that I've got quite a few tractors that way. I've got a WD-40 tractor, and it's reverse polarity, and it's got an electrical problem too, and I did new switches on it, and for some reason that battery blew up, and I need a new, the light switch works as a generator. It's got an extra coil on it, and I don't know why they always make 1 bolt in these tractors. It's got to be extremely hard to get out, and I found it just now. I only can move a couple inches with 1 wrench to get it out, and that's got a 6-volt reverse too. So guys, got to be careful if you got to put a jumper cable on, if you don't hook it up backwards, just because you see being on it, because the positive ground. And John Deere's have that on their smaller tractors, and even I've got a 3020. But anyhow, this wiring and stuff is all getting messed up so bad, and everybody's wanting to do this electronic stuff. And I worked with commercial agriculture in the fertilizer stuff, and I was around when the GPS first came out. And the point that I'm trying to make here in this video, everybody is putting a lot of time in electrical stuff, and geoengineering, with the ozone being shot, is letting in a lot of radiation waves here that's messing up these batteries, I think. I might be wrong. Let me squeeze in here and see if I can get, there's another thing too. You know, it makes it extremely hard to get to some of these things there. Whoops, there we go. I'll get to my 1/2 inch wrench. Apparently we had a little explosion. Now we're lucky. For some reason, why did this happen? You know, we don't know. If I can get this off of here, I gotta wiggle it. I gotta make sure I don't spread any acid all over my face. Okay, I got that part out. Now, they always make this stuff so easily to get out. This is probably one of the harder tractors to work on, to get this Now I can't go out that way. This way. There we go. Okay, this was a Napa battery. I'm kind of surprised, but it burnt a hole right on through there. So that was lucky we didn't catch anything on fire. I tell you what though, Napa has been good batteries for me, and the companies have saved me some money. I had no idea this was a Napa battery, but it doesn't matter. This stuff happens to all of the batteries. I've had John Deere batteries. I thought they was great, and the more I use them, the less I like them. They're so expensive, and you're just buying the name, and they're no good. And so I gotta get that now. And John Deere's got a thing with their batteries. They got a deal. I think everybody. I got the 6230 tractor. It's a great tractor, and as you know, I'm gonna keep mentioning geoengineering. I unfortunately busted these lights here. The lights were working. And we had a tornado here about 3 or 4 years ago, and I had a broken leg. So I really couldn't go out, but I went out and pushed brush and stuff with the tractor, and unfortunately, one of them there, and what I'm trying to do, there's a latch right here, and you lift this up. And one thing that's bad about this tractor, it really, can you get all this dirt here? It gets in here. See, that chokes up my filter. Somebody, that's why I got dirt here. Somebody put both filters on one side. And I did not do that. I know better. Somebody took the filter off of the other side, and that ain't supposed to be like that. The only way to get them out is to turn that on. Yep. It don't take much to choke these filters up. I just so happened to see this, and I thought, well, I'm going to take this out to show that. And on it. But the point I wanted to make, Napa, it's got this $80 battery I put in here. Now you might think that's high, but John Deere had a battery over $300. And it was a heavier battery than this Napa, but this lighter battery is doing the job. This is my oil cooler. And this here is my air conditioner, and the other one's my radiator. And I did not know that, but the dirt really sticks onto that part. But this big screen goes between the radiator. Back here, goes this way, I think. Somebody messed me up here. They took the screens out and they stuck them in and they're wrong. So I don't know if Kevin did that. This one don't go in that way. This one, so I got to start the tractor up. They all go in on the other side. Gotta move the wheels out. Let's see, we'll try it on this side. I wasn't planning on this on the video, but I just seen it there. It's something I was wanting to fix. It was designed to go on both sides. That's too hard to go in there. Something is not right. Instead of messing it up, I'm going to leave it out. Huh. This goes this way. Ah, oh, yes. Turn it over, put it in the right direction. Okay. And this one goes into this little groove right here. So you got two screens. One to clean between the radiator and the air conditioner is this one. And you can pull it out on either side, but this one has to come out on this side because the lines are there and that. But the point I was going to make is instead of spending $350, the Napa battery for 70 bucks is working fine. I tried to figure out, and John Deere's got this stupid stuff that you got to buy through them, and they're going a little bit too far from it because electronics and stuff, John Deere says that belongs to them, and they've got a trademark on it, and only they can work on it. And the point of it is that now we buy a tractor, it should be ours. And I'm kind of ticked at John Deere. I've been a John Deere fan most of my life, but this thing died out in the field. We can't fix it. I can't blame the dealer for it because it's running. The only time it quits is when I need it. You know, if I use it hard, then it quits. I shut it off and the starter turns over, but it don't run. So these are some of the things here, you know, on it. It does overheat once quite a bit if you get a lot of grass. I do want to bring in something here. I brought it up on the other deal when we was learning how to plant. But these hydraulic fittings here, they're leaking all the time. They're a pain in the butt. They cost about $80 to $100. I've had John Deere put them on, and after I realized how to work it, I did it myself. None of these fittings worked this year. They blow the things out. And then unfortunately, the 3-point hitch on this tractor bounces around. And I know there comes a time a guy has bad luck. Well, I guess I got it. Well, anyhow, we tie it together with a tarp strap to keep it from bouncing around. Well, apparently this pin right here, for some reason, it fell out. And when my son backed up, that arm here fell to the ground. He backed up and he broke it off in the back. And see that piece right here? Right there? Yeah, that piece right there cost $500 to replace, new. Well, that ain't so bad. That's bad, but the worst part of it is they got to take the transmission out, or they don't know if they got to take the transmission out. I think a dealership and a John Deere dealer ought to know one way or the other, but they're talking $3,000, $3,500, and forgive me, every time you start talking, you better add another $1,000 to what they say because you find something else wrong or what have you. I bought this tractor new, and it's been a great tractor. The loader's great. You can see with it, it's got a roof on the thing, and I can see out the top so I don't stick the hay in the roof. When I bought this tractor, it was a lot cheaper and I had so much rain. And this goes back to geoengineering. I bought this tractor because it was constantly raining. I needed to get across the field, hay field to Ted without cutting ruts, and it did that. And it works great. This is a great idea. The only bad thing about this thing is Kubota owns the tracks to this, and they want $3,000 a piece. And granted, I had to drive down these roads here, and I've been doing a lot of tedding. I probably tedded 300-400 acres because I tedded the hay sometimes 2 to 3 times to get it dry. For ordering me to get this hay stacked up in the shed, it's got to be dry or it'll catch on fire, it'll get hot. And with the rains that we had in July, that was pretty darn hard. And that was unusual rains that we got 8 inches, just like we got this 8 inches of rain last week. I'm glad that we got it now and got it over. I hope we got it out of its system. But one of the things I thought was unique on the Kubota tractor back here Their 3-point hitches don't move around. They got this nice little thing here you can adjust, and it keeps it from not moving around. It's solid. And I did ump this tractor up because I was wanting to build I had an idea of building a thing that pick up my bales in the field. Believe it or not, I can't hire anybody that can set one bale on top of another. Now my son is 12 years old, and of course I taught him to do it right, and he can do it. And I put extra hydraulics on this to carry a lot of weight. So this has got heavy hydraulics. But this has got a simple hydraulic system, and these couplers don't leak. So I mean, you know, this is a lot cheaper tractor, but it works really good. They both do about the same on fuel. At first, I was concerned about it, but after I got $500, or actually about $800, and got the tractor broke in, it really pretty close. Here's the other thing too. It needed a battery on it. Seems like everything is down on batteries around here. So this is since I ain't got the loader on, it makes it easier to open up. And Napa had a battery for it, and this is the same. It's a heavier battery than that one, and this would be the kind of battery that we needed to put into that tractor. And it was about a $200 battery or $180 battery, but John Deere wanted $300. But John Deere didn't want to make the same size. That battery, it was for that tractor, is German, and they got stupid stuff. So I will say, for a foreign tractor, we get a regular common battery to go in there that costs $100 less than the John Deere, or at least $200 less almost. So it's been a very productive. Like I said, the only thing that I'm complaining about is the tracks. I got to buy them through Kubota. If I could have bought them from another company, they haven't released them over, I'm sure that I could get them a lot less. So they're wearing out because of that stone on the road. And that's costing, them little stones are hard on the tires here, you know. And these tires are extremely expensive. And the township's excuse was, well, they get better traction in the wintertime, but it's hard on the farm equipment, that's for sure, everything like that. One of the other electrical problems that I have, since I've got these other tractors, this sprayer is designed for a four-wheeler, and it's to go over wet fields, like to spray Roundup early in the year or spray wheat when it's wet, and it works great for that. I don't have a big enough four-wheeler to pull it, and I'm not a big fan of riding four-wheelers out in the field all day long, holding my thumb on the accelerator. A lot of people now are using these John Deere Gators or Kubotas to pull this thing. But I had a lot of trouble with the electrical system here. It takes a lot of time to hook these wires up. Same thing with that other tractor. When I hook up the hay baler, we've got these monitors and stuff. It takes a while. Every connection on this, and this thing's got an acre meter and all kinds of stuff on it. But I couldn't make it work on some of my tractors because I got reverse polarity. It wouldn't work on one of the other tractors being on that part. But I am selling this, and I'm making my own sprayer. It's got a motor, but the electrical stuff has to work off of a car battery or tractor battery. It's got foam markers. I think it's got 50 foot markers. It's got it made to work on 15-inch and 20-inch spray to change hoses and couplers. So I got this thing for sale. Did a lot of work on it. I got it covered up. I haven't really messed with it. You can put it behind the pickup truck and put it down the road. It's got a couple new tires on it. I cleaned up the engine and the pump. I used it last year to spray. I'm wanting something higher, and it wasn't really kind of fills into that. I've got this other thing over here that is